Hi, welcome to the road ahead. My name is Mary Jane Collins. Today we'll be discussing the retained earnings statement. We'll start with the header. All headers start with the 3 lines. The name of the company, the title of the statement, and the period for which the statement covers. This could be a month, a year, or any portion of a fiscal period. Let's look at an example. The name of the company is Love Thy Pets, Inc. The name of the statement we're working on today is the retained earnings statement. And the period is for the year ending December 31st, 2014. Now, the retained earnings statement is a very small statement, so next we'll be looking at the body of the statement. So, let's start with the body of the statement. We will start with retained earnings, comma, date. This balance will come from the ledger account. It is the beginning balance for the statement, but it is the balance on the ledger account after all adjusting entries have been recorded. Next, you're going to add your net income from the income statement at the end. It is very important that you do the income statement before you do the retained earnings statement, because if you don't, then you won't have the net income for this. We will be adding that to the retained earnings. This line has traditionally never had a title, but it is simply where we add the beginning retained earnings to the net income. Next is less dividends. Again, this balance comes from the ledger account after all the entries have been made for adjustments. And we will subtract that from the other balance to end up with our retained earnings at the end. So this is a calculated balance. Let's look at an example. We will start with retained earnings, and the date will be January 1st, 2014. We will put the balance here. This came from the ledger account. Then we will add the net income from the end of the income statement, which we will put here. And as I said, there's no title for this line, never has been. And we will add those two together to get the balance. Then we will subtract less dividends, and we will put that amount there, and this amount comes from the ledger account or the T account for dividends after all the adjusting entries have been posted. And finally, we will subtract the dividends from the balance, and that will give us our ending retained earnings. We will be placing double underlines under it. As you can see, we put dark lines under any amounts we are adding or subtracting, and dollar signs go at the top and the bottom of the statement. That ends the retained earnings statement. So this is what it will look like completed. We have the header section and the body of the statement. Thank you for your. Here is the handout, the job aid for this presentation, and I hope it helps you in your basic accounting class.